welcome back to Sugar and Sound, and welcome to the final video of 2025. We have been through so much together this year, and I'm so excited to recap the year with you guys. The rating system, we have 5 categories, each with an allotted 10 points. The first is the concert rating. We are Sugar and Sound. We do have to talk about the concert itself. The second category is concert connection. How does it relate to the concert itself? Just like any baking show, our third category gives a difficulty rating. How difficult was this dessert to make, and how easy will it be for you to follow along? Once again, just like every baking show, the last 2 categories, we're talking about taste and we're talking about presentation. Let's get to rating. The first dessert we made together this year was for 5 Seconds of Summer, the 5 Seconds of Summer show. This dessert, we made checkerboard lamingtons. I gave this a 10 out of 10 for concerts. This is still probably in my top 5 concerts to this day. The 5 Seconds of Summer show was so fan connected. I went into this show blind, so I had no idea what the set list was or anything about it, which made this concert even more special to me. For connection to concert, I'm giving this concert an 8 out of 10. This dessert was a checkerboard talking about the floor. I wish that I could have done a little bit more to connect to the fan experience. Maybe making a sauce or dipping. As for dessert difficulty, this was not a difficult dessert to make. So it only gets 4 out of 10. It's a little bit of a process, but it is not difficult to create itself. In the dessert taste category, I gave this an 8. These were so delicious, but you do have to have an acquired taste to coconut, so a lot of my family was kind of apprehensive about it. And for presentation, I gave a 9 out of 10. This beautiful checkerboard we made together, it only lost a point because you do have to cut them super evenly in order to make it flat, but they were beautiful nonetheless. The next show that we did together was the Big Time Rush in Real Life tour, and we made confetti cupcakes with an exploding confetti center. This concert also got a 10 out of 10 from me. I'm obviously a boy band's girly. I was so ecstatic over this show. This was the show that I got to hold Logan Henderson's hand, and I will never forget the show for my entire life. In the connection to concerts category, I gave this a 6 out of 10. This did not necessarily talk about the tour itself, but more closer to a song itself. In the dessert difficulty category, I am only giving this a 3 out of 10. This was super simple, super easy. I think everyone has had a version of cupcakes made. The hardest part about this was the confetti center. Dessert taste got a 6 out of 10. These were super good, but you do have to have a taste for sprinkles, especially because the center was full of them. You do just get a mouthful of sprinkles sometimes, which to me was not ideal. And in presentation, we get an 8 out of 10. These looked like something you could pick up at the supermarket, which can be a blessing or a curse depending on how you like your decoration. I thought they were very cute, but I would have loved to amp these up a little bit in the future. The next concert we did together was the Greetings from Your Hometown tour from the Jonas Brothers, where we made saltwater taffy. This concert got an 8 out of 10 for me. This was my first Jonas Brothers concert. I'm a huge Jonas Brothers fan, so this was a huge deal for me. This only lost points for me because I had to go to a show that was postponed due to women's basketball, which made the scheduling kind of hard, but that's not on them. As for connection to concert, I'm giving this a 3 out of 10. I made these because they were based out of the Jonas Brothers' hometown. I wish that I had done them to my hometown instead. As for dessert difficulty, saltwater taffy gets a 6 out of 10. Saltwater taffy has a very simple way to mess things up when it comes to temperature, as well as the kneading process. This also had a very long process of cutting the taffy and wrapping it, so it does earn a little bit more difficulty points in that area. In the dessert taste category, I gave this a 3 out of 10. This was not my favorite dessert to eat. There was also so much of it. I wish I had chosen a different flavor for my taffy, something I would eat a little bit more of. In presentation, this gets a 4 out of 10. I had a lot of people notice that it was teal in color, but it was vanilla, so people were a little thrown off by that. This was also a little bit difficult to eat because it was wrapped in paper, and the paper was sticking to the taffy itself. Then we worked on a Irish apple cake for the show live on tour, which was a Niall Horan show. This concert got a 9 out of 10. I'm a huge Niall fan, huge One Direction fan. Those are my boys. As for connection to concert, I'm giving this a 4 out of 10. Niall has lots of other traits and lots of other things I could have played with other than the fact that he was Irish. So I would have loved to bring this more into a show-themed dessert, less of a Niall Horan himself-themed dessert. As for dessert difficulty, this gets a 5 out of 10. Being a dump cake, the hardest part of this dessert was simply the cutting of the apples. As for dessert taste, this gets a 9 out of 10. I loved this dessert. This is my favorite dessert of this season. The custard for the top, I would eat it with a spoon. So make this dessert, guys. It was so good. As for presentation, this gets a 7 out of 10. Being a dump cake, there was no true presentation for this dessert. It was more just slice into it and it is beautiful the way that it is. After that, we went to Somber together. I vlogged this concert for you guys, and after that concert, we made a New York style cheesecake. This concert got a 7 out of 10 for me. Being Halloween night, it was a little spooky being in downtown. However, Somber was great and I would see him again. As for connection to concert, this got a 7 out of 10 for me. Not only was Somber from New York City, but also his entire tour was themed like a late night television show, just like SNL. Being a part of that experience was great, and the New York cheesecake really brought that together. This dessert also got a 7 out of 10 in the difficulty category. This dessert is known for being very technically challenging. There's a lot of patience, there's a lot of waiting. The actual mixing of the batter itself is not difficult. However, the process can be. This did lose a few points though because of the giant crack through the center of the cheesecake itself. In dessert taste, this is going to be controversial, guys. I'm sorry. It only gets a 5 out of 10. Personally, I know, but it only gets a 5 out of 10 for me personally because I am not a cheesecake fan. This was still like good for cheesecake, but also super dense. So I would rate this a 5 out of 10. I'm sorry. And presentation, this got a 9 out of 10. This dessert was beautiful, guys. It only lost a point for the crack through the top of the cake. It was beautiful. The strawberry topping made this dessert absolutely delectable. Then to close out the year, we did a dessert for the Good Neighbors North American tour where we made a Cadbury Carmelo chocolate cake. The concert itself was an 8 out of 10. This was a small venue. I love small venue concerts. It only lost points because they dropped my favorite song from the set list, which I was very sad about. Good Neighbors, we need to talk. As for connection to concert, this dropped a few points in this area. I would only give it a 6 out of 10. I focused this more on my England experience because they were from there instead of talking about the concert and the tour itself. So I would want to wrap this a little bit closer to the tour, less about my personal London experience. As for dessert difficulty, this only got a 4 out of 10. This is because it was a boxed cake. Boxed cake is super simple to make. They make it that way for a reason. But that means that this was super easy. The most difficult part was that caramel center and the decoration process. As for dessert taste, this also lost a few points in this area because of the boxed cake mix. I am not a fan of boxed cake mixes. This made it a dry cake. And in presentation, we are giving it a 7 out of 10. I normally make desserts a little bit more similar to our dump cake where they're just beautiful as is. So being able to decorate for you guys was a super fun and challenging experience for me. The only thing I wish I would have done was add the caramel to the top of the cake, something like a drip or something pretty on top to kind of bring the caramel back to the top of the cake. And so at this time, the top dessert of 2025 is the 5 Seconds of Summer Show Checkerboard Lamingtons. These were so good, and I'm so excited that I got to share this experience with you. This was was my first time making this dessert, and I will probably make this dessert for the rest of my life. It was so delicious. I just want to thank you all for being a part of this amazing year with me. I'm so excited to continue and have some more concert and concert experience desserts together. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below what you want to see next year. I'll be looking through those comments for you guys and pulling out some unique desserts for you. I love you all, and I will see you in 2026.